Itching in certain areas? It could be a warning sign from your body. It might seem like nothing, a persistent itch on your back, arm, or scalp. Maybe you chalk it up to dry skin, aging, or just something in the air. But what if that itch wasn't random? What if it was your body's way of signaling something far more serious beneath the surface? In older adults, subtle symptoms like chronic itching in specific areas can be early indicators of underlying health problems, issues involving your liver, kidneys, nervous system, or even your blood flow. These aren't just skin-deep irritations. They can be your body's way of whispering that something isn't right. In this video, we're breaking down 4 specific spots on your body where unusual itchiness could point to real medical concerns. We'll explain what each area could mean, what to look for, and when you should take action. Because when it comes to your health, paying attention to the small signs can make all the difference. So if you've been ignoring that itch, don't. Stay with us, and let's uncover what your skin might be trying to tell you before it's too late. Number 1, unexplained itching on the upper or mid-back. An itch in the middle of your back can be hard to reach, but what if it's trying to reach you with a message that matters? Many older adults experience persistent itchiness on the upper or mid-back, and while it's tempting to blame it on dry skin or an old shirt tag, this kind of itch often points to something much deeper. In fact, one of the lesser-known but serious causes of upper back itchiness is a problem with the liver or kidneys, 2 of the most vital organs responsible for filtering toxins from the body and maintaining internal balance. When these organs are struggling, waste products can build up in the bloodstream, irritating the skin and causing it to itch, especially in places like the back, where there's a high concentration of nerve endings. Take Evelyn and Susan, both 76 years old. Evelyn gets regular checkups, drinks plenty of water, and has always had good skin. Susan, however, has recently been feeling more tired than usual, noticed some swelling in her ankles, and has started scratching her back more often, especially at night. She's tried changing her laundry detergent and moisturizing regularly, but the itch remains. What Susan doesn't realize is that this constant itch could be her body's way of signaling that her kidneys are under strain, or that her liver isn't processing toxins as effectively as before. And when these organs aren't functioning properly, it can affect everything from digestion and sleep to energy levels and mental clarity. Itchy skin caused by liver or kidney dysfunction is typically persistent, doesn't respond to usual remedies, and often appears without any rash. It's also more likely to occur at night, making sleep difficult and draining your energy even more. And while it might seem unrelated, this kind of chronic itching has been linked to shortened lifespan in older adults, not because the itching itself is dangerous, but because of what it represents, a deeper imbalance that could be quietly worsening. But this isn't a reason to panic, it's a reason to check in with your body. A simple blood test can often reveal how well your liver and kidneys are working. Staying hydrated, eating a diet low in processed foods, reducing alcohol intake, and watching your salt levels can help ease the burden on these organs. If you're taking multiple medications, it's also wise to talk to your doctor about their impact on your liver and kidneys. So the next time your back starts itching for no clear reason, stop and listen. Your skin might be the first place your body shows signs of internal stress. Number 2, frequent itching on the scalp or neck. When older adults begin experiencing persistent itchiness on the scalp or back of the neck, it's often mistaken for something trivial. Maybe dry skin, maybe a reaction to shampoo, maybe just part of aging. But there's more going on beneath the surface. For many seniors, this kind of itch isn't just about skin, it's tied to something deeper: stress, inflammation, and in some cases, changes in the nervous system that can affect both physical and mental resilience. The nerves around the scalp and neck are highly sensitive, and they're often the first to react when the body's under strain, especially emotional or neurological strain that's been building slowly over time. Let's take 2 men, Leonard and Ray, both in their late 70s. Leonard stays socially engaged, spends time gardening, and practices light meditation in the evenings. He's always had a relaxed way about him. Ray, on the other hand, has had a tougher time adjusting to retirement. He feels restless at night, spends more time indoors, and has been carrying a lot of quiet stress without even realizing it. Over the past few months, Ray began scratching his head more often, first just in the evenings, then throughout the day. No rash, no flakes, no real explanation. He tried switching shampoos and bought a new pillowcase, but nothing helped. What Ray didn't know is that this itch was likely a physical expression of emotional tension and nervous system fatigue. As we age, our stress response becomes less efficient. Instead of calming down after a moment of worry, the body tends to stay in a low-grade state of alert, keeping cortisol levels high and immune function suppressed. That tension often gets expressed in the most sensitive nerve endings, like those found on the scalp and back of the neck. Chronic itching in this area has also been linked to conditions like neuropathy and even early signs of cognitive decline. That doesn't mean it's always something serious, but it does mean it should never be brushed off. The good news is there are ways to calm the nervous system and ease that itch. Simple breathing exercises, spending time outside, reconnecting with friends, or even just journaling a few thoughts before bed can help regulate the body's stress signals. In Ray's case, when he started making small changes, going for a short walk in the morning, turning off the news after dinner, and calling his brother once a week, he noticed the itching faded. Not overnight, but gradually, as the tension lifted from his shoulders and his thoughts began to settle. If you've been dealing with an itch on your head or neck that won't go away, and you've ruled out skin conditions or allergies, take a deeper look. Ask yourself how you've really been feeling lately. Physically, yes, but emotionally too. Because your body isn't just reacting to what you put on the outside, it's responding to what you carry on the inside. And sometimes, that persistent little itch is your nervous system tapping you on the shoulder, asking for a little peace. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Number 3. Ongoing itching around the chest or abdomen. It's easy to dismiss a bit of itchiness on your chest or stomach as nothing serious, maybe dry skin, laundry detergent, or just the air being too dry. But in older adults, especially those over 65, chronic itching in these areas can be the body's quiet plea for help. You see, the skin over your torso, especially your chest and abdomen, is rich in nerve endings and blood vessels. When something inside your body is off, this area often feels it first. Persistent itching here is frequently linked to internal imbalances, particularly nutritional deficiencies or problems with nutrient absorption. Let's paint a picture. Imagine 2 men in their early 80s, Robert and Alan. Robert maintains a steady diet filled with colorful vegetables, a bit of lean protein, and healthy fats. He doesn't eat large portions, but what he eats is full of nutrients. Alan, on the other hand, has gradually slipped into a routine of skipping meals, snacking on processed foods, and drinking less water. Over the past few months, he's noticed an itch spreading across his stomach and chest, especially in the evenings. He blamed his soap, changed his laundry detergent, but nothing changed. What Alan, and many others, don't realize is that as we grow older, our digestive systems can become less efficient at pulling nutrients from food. Deficiencies in zinc, magnesium, essential fats, and vitamin B12 can lead to subtle but important changes in the skin and nervous system. The result? The surface of the skin starts to react, becoming dry, irritated, and chronically itchy. What's more concerning is that these nutritional shortfalls often don't show up on the scale. You might maintain your weight just fine, but your cells may still be missing what they need to function, repair, and thrive. And when those needs aren't met, it doesn't just show up in the skin, it can lead to fatigue, brain fog, slower healing, and a general loss of vitality. The good news? This is one of the most preventable issues you'll encounter. By adding just a few nutrient-dense foods to your daily routine, like eggs, leafy greens, avocado, nuts, or even a simple multivitamin, you can often reverse the itch and restore what your body has been missing. So if you've been scratching at your chest or stomach more than usual, don't ignore it. It might not be about what's on your skin, it could be about what's missing from your plate. Number 4, persistent itchiness on the lower legs. One of the most overlooked but telling signs that something deeper may be going on in your body is a constant itch on the lower legs. It's easy to chalk it up to dry skin or aging, but when this area becomes noticeably itchy without any visible rash or irritation, it might be time to take a closer look. Doctors have found that older adults who frequently scratch their calves, shins, or ankles may be experiencing poor circulation, specifically, a condition known as peripheral artery disease. This means the blood isn't flowing as freely through the small vessels in your lower limbs, and that limited circulation can cause the skin to become dry, sensitive, and unusually itchy. Now let's think about two men, Thomas and John, both in their early 80s. Thomas enjoys taking short walks around his neighborhood every morning. He stays active, checks his feet and legs regularly, and hasn't noticed anything unusual. John, on the other hand, has been less mobile these days. He's been feeling tired more often, sits for long stretches, and has started noticing a persistent itch creeping up his legs, mostly at night or after sitting for a long while. He applies lotion, thinking it's just dry skin, but it doesn't really help. What John doesn't know is that this itching could be his body's way of signaling that the blood isn't reaching the lower part of his legs as efficiently as it used to. When your legs aren't getting proper circulation, not only does the skin dry out, but the muscles and tissues also start to weaken over time. This puts extra strain on your heart, your veins, and your entire vascular system. And poor circulation has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. The legs are often called the second heart because they play such a big role in helping pump blood back up to the rest of the body. If they're struggling, your whole system can suffer. But here's the good news, this kind of itchiness can be managed and even reversed if caught early. Movement is one of the best medicines. Gentle leg exercises, regular short walks, and elevating your feet when sitting can all help improve blood flow. Staying hydrated, wearing comfortable compression socks, and cutting down on salty foods can also make a big difference. If you've been noticing an itch in your lower legs that just doesn't seem to go away, especially when there's no rash or allergy, don't ignore it. Your body might be trying to get your attention in the only way it knows how. Your body has a language, and sometimes, it speaks not in pain or illness, but in whispers. A quiet itch. A restless sensation. A feeling that something just isn't quite right. Today, you've learned that those small signs, especially in certain areas, might be far more meaningful than they seem. They could be early warnings of issues with your heart, your liver, your nervous system, or even your nutrition. But here's the most important takeaway, these are not signs of defeat. They're signs of awareness. Signs that your body is reaching out, asking you to listen, care, and respond. And the beautiful thing is, you can. It doesn't take a massive overhaul. Sometimes, all it takes is tuning in. A little more movement. A little more rest. A little more nourishment. These small choices are powerful, and over time, they build a healthier, stronger, more resilient you. So ask yourself, have you felt any of these signals lately? And if you have, what's one small step you can take today to respond? Because living well isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about creating a life filled with clarity, energy, and purpose, where your health supports your freedom, not limits it. If something you heard today made you stop and think, share it in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to pay closer attention to their own body too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect moment. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a chance to learn more about how to live longer, feel better, and take control of your health, one simple insight at a time. Thank you for watching. Stay curious. Stay proactive. And we'll see you in the next video.